Hello YouTube, this is Crosscheck and welcome to yet another quite exciting update. The new Discovery Series episode has been released. It is the 8th episode and it dives into the IFR features that will be available in the new flight simulator. Of course, you can expect to be pleasantly surprised with everything that we are getting. The IFR features available in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator can be divided in 3 main categories. Number 1, navigation data, number 2, flight planning, and number 3, flight systems and ATC. Starting off with the navigation data, it has now been confirmed what we have already speculated in this channel, that the navigation data was going to be provided by NavBlue, thanks to a partnership between them and Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is worth mentioning that the navigational data will be getting updated just like in real world following the official AIRAC cycles of 28 days. You can expect waypoints, VORs, NDBs, comm frequencies, localizers, controlled and restricted airspaces, approaches, and the most exciting, SIDS and stars. Yup, that means that you will no longer require a Navigraph subscription. Out of the box, your navigational data will be fully available and up to date. Now jumping into the flight planning. There are 3 ways to select how to spawn in the world. You can spawn in the air, on the active runway with the engines running, or on the parking spot in a cold and dark configuration. But before spawning, you are able to choose your departing and arriving airports and also select the type of route you will be flying. You have 2 VFR options, direct GPS and VOR to VOR, and 2 IFR options, low altitude and high altitude airways. It is worth mentioning that you will be able to manually edit these routes. This can be done in the menu before even spawning in the aircraft or, of course, inside the aircraft. Also, flight plans can be saved and loaded. It is expected that you will be able to load flight plans from third-party flight plan editors. The flight plans will automatically be transferred into your aircraft navigational system when available. You can, of course, as mentioned, edit these flight plans inside your cockpit by manipulating the multifunction displays. In general aviation, you can expect to find panels such as the Garmin 430, 530, G3X, G1000, 3000, and 5000. Radio navigational beacons will be available for you to take advantage of. You can expect to see all ADFs, VORs, DMEs, and ILSs available in the real world and should be up to date with the real world frequencies. Regarding airlines, the flight management computer will be implemented and the control display units will be provided with the core functionality, providing realistic pre-flight procedures. Now jumping into the last main category, flight systems and ATC, we can expect to have all different levels of ATC available, clearance delivery, ground, tower, and so on. These should possess the ability or capability to control you and AI traffic in a realistic manner. Obviously, in aircraft that support this, auto throttle and autopilot will be available to aid you in your flight. The ATC will be supporting the SIDS and stars that you will have available during your flight planning, and the ATC will also be able to provide vectors for a successful approach. If so desired, the communications can be delegated to the AI, aka the co-pilot. You can also expect to have a fully functional weather radar in your aircraft, as long as the systems in the aircraft support this, of course. In summary, you can expect a fully fledged IFR experience from gate to gate in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you were still in doubt regarding this being a simulator or just a game, well, now you know. No current available flight simulator provides this level of simulation out of the box. This is truly, and in every single sense of the word, next generation. And that pretty much wraps up what we learned in the new Feature Discovery Series episode. Do let me know your thoughts regarding the IFR features that will be available. To me, it blew expectations out of the water. I am really happy to see that the partnerships between the simulator and the third-party companies do result in the flight simulator adopting amazing features out of the box. Anyway, that pretty much wraps up what we've learned in the Feature Discovery Series episode. We just keep getting better and better news. Now let's have some pretty pictures on the background as we discuss other news. Early June, we should finally receive the Partnership Series update that we have been waiting for. Really excited to have more info on the other partnerships that have been already confirmed. Indeed, you can expect very interesting details regarding very exciting partnerships. Now, mentioning the Alpha, there is a new update rolling out for the Alpha today. It will mainly contain updates to peripherals and controls, a couple of updates to some aircraft, and also some tweaks into the UI and the stability of the simulator. Also today, more invitations to join the alpha are being sent out. And last but not least, we have a new feedback snapshot hidden in the insider area, so let's jump in and have a look. It has been a while since we saw the last feedback snapshot, so let's go through all the points. We got our top questions that we are still waiting for the Microsoft Flight Simulator to answer. These top questions are: what is the aircraft and airport list of this simulator? What is going to be the Bing improvement plan and update frequency? They are mentioning Bing because basically the scenery data comes from Bing Maps. So we want to know how often, if ever, will the scenery get updates? Another question is, are we getting campaign mode, missions? Is there going to be any kind of progression? Also, are we going to be getting a damage model? And will the airports be fully functional? What are the minimum specs? That has been already answered. If you missed that, there is a link in this video to my video discussing the minimum specs for the flight simulator. So be sure to check it out. Also, another question was regarding the nav data and the update frequency, but I think that has been answered today. We are getting nav data and it is going to be updated in the same frequency that the AirX cycles are updated. Another question is, when are we going to be able to pre-order this simulator? When is their release date? And more importantly, what is the pricing model? We need answers to many of these questions. The good thing is that the Flight Simulator team are well aware of our main concerns. Now, jumping into the alpha, it has a couple of issues, of course, and we can see the top alpha issues right here. The A320, it has some issues with its autopilot, auto thrust, the cockpit displays, and a couple of more stuff. The cameras are also providing a couple of issues. The installation of the alpha is also causing a couple of headaches. The draw distances of other planes online is being insufficient. That is the word they are utilizing. Downloading sceneries to later use offline is not yet available. The peripheral support is not yet perfect. Pitch authority of FBX flight mode is proving to be problematic. Pitch and yaw inertia and stability can be improved. We got some terrain and DEM issues. And we also have some world airport data offsets. Now jumping into the top wish list. The community wants third-party content. We want a great SDK to work with. We already know we are getting these. They are working hard on a great SDK, and third-party developers are already working on great things for our simulator. But we are going to be receiving more information, hopefully quite soon, regarding this. Also on the top of the wish list, AI traffic. This has also been previously discussed, but there are still a couple of details that are up in the air and that we hope to get more information on. Also, we have the ATC on the top of the wish list, but as mentioned in today's update, there is an ATC and supposedly it is very capable. Let's hope that is the case. Also, we want helicopters. The team absolutely wants to include them, but they want to make sure fixed wing aircraft have no issues before attempting to bring helicopters into the table, which I think is a wise decision. Also, the people want great support for their peripherals and for advanced setups. We also want fully fledged seasons, a shared cockpit functionality, and of course, a no-brainer here, VR and track AR support. Regarding shared cockpit functionality, there have been a couple of leaks that point into the direction that it is being worked on, but no official word on it just yet. And regarding VR and track AR, at first VR was an absolute no-no for the Microsoft Flight Simulator team, but after some outcry, they decided that VR will be coming into the new Flight Simulator, but when is the real question right now. We do not know if VR and or track AR will be available at release. Hopefully, but If they need more time to make sure that it works perfectly, it's okay by me. Anyway, that pretty much wraps up today's update. Quite exciting indeed. Expect a new update next Thursday, as always. I want to take this time and give a quick shout out to my Patreons. Thank you very much for your support. Punda, Lovar Vegeta, Robert Pizza, Ron Miller, Devon Cutting. Thank you very much for your support. It means so much to have you guys as my Patreons. If you like my content and would like to personally support me, my Patreon link is on this video's description, and every little bit helps immensely, so I appreciate whatever you are able to support me with. Anyway, even if you are not able to support me in an economic way, I appreciate immensely that you took the time to watch this video and made it all the way to the end. Thank you very much. Anyway, happy flying. Cross check out.